Dear students, how are you? I hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. You are staying at home because of coronavirus. This virus is very dangerous and devastating for human body. So it is wise to stay at home. Dear students, you cannot go to school for a long time. For this reason, you have missed your lessons. So online class is very important for you. We have arranged this online class. I hope you will see this class regularly and obviously you will be benefited. My today's lesson is completing sentence, class 10. Before going to my class, I would like to identify myself. My name is Mohammad Shahjahan, Senior Teacher of English, Ghatail, Government Pilot High School, Ghatail, Tangail. Okay, dear students, let's start our class. Our today's class is completing sentence. Completing sentence. Dear students, at first we must know what is completing sentence. Completing sentence means to complete a sentence part. Completing sentence. Completing sentence means to complete a sentence by using a sentence part. Completing sentence means to complete a sentence by using a sentence part. But dear students, you know, many students find no difference between completing sentence and filling the gaps. But the two items are quite different. This will be clear by giving an example. Look at the board. He goes to dash. And number 2, he goes to school dash. The first one you can complete by using only one word. If you use school, he goes to school. This is a complete sentence. But in the second sentence, you can complete by using only one word. So, if you want to complete this sentence, you must have a sentence part. You can complete this sentence like this way. He goes to school so that he goes to school so that he can learn his lesson. He goes to school so that he can learn his lesson. The students, in this sentence we can see two parts. He goes to school is a part, and so that he can learn his lesson, this is another part. This is principal clause and this is subordinate clause. I taught you many a time about clause. Clauses are of three kinds. You know what is clause? A group of words which has a complete. A group of words which has a subject and a finite verb and is used in a large sentence is called a clause. Clauses are of three kinds. You know, principal clause, subordinate clause, and coordinate clause. In this sentence we can see two clauses. This is principal clause. He goes to school and so that he can learn his lesson is subordinate clause. Okay, dear students, today we shall know about some rules. At first, if plus present constitution, if plus present plus future. By this structure, we understand if the first part of the sentence is present indefinite tense, the second part of the sentence will be future indefinite tense. Like this way, we can give an example. If you come, I shall go. If you come, I shall go. This is present indefinite tense, and this part is future indefinite tense. If the first part of the sentence is present indefinite tense, the second part will be future indefinite tense. Okay, dear students, now we shall know another structure. If plus past indefinite plus past conditional. If plus past indefinite plus past conditional. By this structure, we understand if the first part of the sentence is past indefinite tense, the second part will be past conditional. We can write a sentence. If you came, I would go. If you came, I would go. This is past indefinite tense because the verb is in past form. This part is past conditional. How can we make past conditional? If we use would, should, could, might, etc. after subject, then it is past conditional. If you use would, should, could, might after subject, then it is past conditional. Okay, dear students, listen to me again. If the first part of the sentence is past indefinite tense, the second part of the sentence will be past conditional. How can we make past conditional? If we use would, should, could, might after subject, it will be past conditional. Okay, dear students, now we shall know another structure. If plus past perfect plus perfect conditional. If plus past perfect plus perfect conditional. By this structure, we understand if the first part of the sentence is past perfect tense, the second part of the sentence will be perfect conditional. How can we make perfect conditional? Listen to me and look at the whiteboard. If you had come, I would have gone. Sentence, there are some changes. If the first part of the sentence is past perfect tense, the second part will be perfect conditional. How can we make perfect conditional? If we use would have, should have, could have, might have after subject and past participle form of verb, then it is perfect conditional. How can we make perfect conditional? After subject we have to use would have, should have, could have, might have plus past participle form of verb. Okay, dear students, by this time I hope you have understood. These are the conditional sentence. We know conditional sentences are of three kinds. First conditional, second conditional and third conditional. This is also called third conditional. Now we shall know that is So that. So that is used to mean purpose or aim. When we mean purpose or aim, so that. As for example, we eat food so that we may live. We eat food so that we may live. This is a part and this is another part of the sentence. This is principal clause and this is subordinate clause. This part is quite independent and this part is dependent. This part is dependent on the first part. This is principal clause. We know principal clause is always independent. So this is independent clause and this is dependent clause. Okay, dear students, I hope you will be able to complete sentences by using so that, and you must know after subject in the second part you have to use may or can. After subject you have to use may or can. You can use may or can to make a sentence using so that. Now we shall know about though or although. Though or although. Though or although. Though or although means in spite of something. In spite of something. Look at the sentence. Though he is poor, he is honest. Though he is poor, he is honest. In this sentence, dear students, look at the sentence. You can see also two parts. This is subordinate clause and this is principal clause. He is honest. This is complete sentence. But though he is poor, if you say though he is poor, there is no meaning. So if you want to give a complete meaning, you have to use two parts. One is principal clause and the other is subordinate clause. Okay, dear students, note that or get the point. If the first part of the sentence is negative, the second part of the sentence will be affirmative. In this sentence, you can see the first part is negative. The first part of the sentence is negative, so the second part of the sentence is affirmative. Though he is poor, he is honest. How is the part is negative? Poor means not rich. Poor means not rich. So the word is negative. We can see not in the word. So if the sentence is affirmative, the first part of the sentence is affirmative, the second part will be negative. As for example, though he is a good student, he cannot pass the exam. The students read the sentence, though he is a good student, he cannot pass the exam. The first part of the sentence is affirmative and the second part of the sentence is negative. I told you if the first part is affirmative, the second part will be negative. I hope this will be clear. Though he is the exam, he cannot pass the exam. Dear students, today we have learned how to complete sentence parts. we have already discussed about if plus present plus future, past indefinite plus past conditional, if plus past perfect plus perfect conditional, and about so that and though and although. Dear students, I hope you will be able to understand. Now write down homework. After opening the school, you will submit the homework. I shall give you marks. Okay, dear students, now write down home task or homework. Homework. If he wants dot dot. Number 2, if they came dot dot. Number 3, if he does the work. If he does the work. Number 4, we go to school dot dot. Number 5, though he is a good student dot dot. Number 6, we eat food dot dot. Okay, dear students, this is the end of my class. I hope you will complete the homework. See you again. No more today. Khuda Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.